Hello and welcome to some Factorio. My name is Trismegistus and we're playing Bobs again. So, continuing the Saturday streams, playing through the Bobs mods. I will get the game loaded up. Yep, we're good. Wasn't sure if I'd put the mods on. Right, let's get this all set up on here. Just deafen you all for a moment. There we go. Smash in! So, I was trying to remember what we did I did last time, and wasn't entirely sure until I remembered that I spent, well, basically all the stream, the slightly extended stream, I seem to recall, setting this up. How could I possibly forget the complexity that is blue science and blue circuits in particular? We have loads of blue circuits now, I think. No? Yes? Let's have a look. So we've got a chest's worth. Hurrah! Because I think it's ever so slightly overproducing. It might not be. No. Maybe it's about right. But we're certainly overproducing all of this stuff. And I'm not sure if that's just an accident of the ratios or whatever, but air compressors, they look funky. But what I thought I would try and do today is get bots, because we are the merest smidgen away from bots. But I can't see the research, so I will look it up. Robot. So I guess we want construction robotics because I believe, yeah, here we go. So we need construction robot brains and construction robot tools and to make them. So it's all a bit more complicated, which is kind of the thing. We also want logistics robots. So that's different. Okay. I mean, that makes sense because that's called a construction robot brain. So that's solder, basic electronics, transistors and circuit boards. Solder, basic transistors. So made from the same stuff, just different recipe. What about that one? Steel and cogs. Steel and cogs. Okay, so it looks like we can probably co-produce them, because obviously it's the flying robot frames is the real thing to do, because that's the next. Oh, actually, we need electric engines then. But which is the point? Do we need lube? I don't know how they work in this. What's that? Ghost rebuild timeout. Oh, okay. But we also get storage chests with construction robots. Okay, and passive providers. Okay, so they're quite a bit more expensive. They need red circuits. I'm starting to wonder whether I should start working on some circuit builds or something like that, maybe. Because it's clear that a lot of these recipes are going to be. Because I know one of the things with sort of Bobs is there's a lot more levels to things. So we get personal roboport. Well, we get personal roboport modules, for one thing. But it's a lot more complicated. And we've got different levels of robotics, you see. Robot attack drones, robot laser attack drones, robot flamethrower attack drones. Cool. Okay, so we want to head to either one of those. But to do that, we need robotics, which means we need electric engines. Now, I can't compute. No, okay. Looks like there's something else missing there, though, as well. Is there another prerequisite tech? No? It would normally go orange if you can do it, but there's a dependency. So why is that red? Maybe it does it slightly differently in this, but normally it's like a colour coding thing where orange means you could develop it if you did this one prerequisite tech. Okay, well, we'll do the engines anyway. We should. Oh, I should actually. Do I need lube for them? I do. So we need basic electronic boards and engine units and lube. Okay. Because what I was thinking is I could probably add some more machines on here, because as I say, this doesn't appear to be, these are all backed up. I mean, these aren't even being used. These aren't being used properly. These aren't, this machine's sat here backed up. this is all backed up here. So we could put on a couple of more blue circuit machines, because blue circuits are needed, I think. I said that with so much certainty initially. Okay, they're not needed there. Do I not need blue circuits then? Oh no, there you go. Oh no, that's robot frame 2, so no, I don't need them at all. Do I need it for the actual construction brain? Oh, there we go. Well, we need blue circuit boards. Okay. That's different to blue circuits, isn't it? Yeah, that's the circuit boards. Okay. But is that not the same stuff that I need? Solders. That's all the same stuff, isn't it? Okay, that's cool then. So we could possibly put like a robot frames thing like on the end here, maybe? I'm just wondering why they're... I mean, the machines are just slow because they're just slow, aren't they? We're not... Oh, I don't know. Accumulators. Well, we could do with some more power then, I guess. Especially if we're going to put bots in. Okay, so maybe that's what I could do, because we're going to have to set lube up and stuff as well. But let's do the robotics research. Let's get the researches done, because we can also do like several science packs, I think. Several new science packs, because they all seem to have the same prerequisite. So blue science kind of leads on to... You need, you know, red, yellow, red and blue to do purple. And then, was it? Because I was looking at this at some point. I think you also need yellow, red and blue to do the other packs. Let's look that up then. There you go. So, yeah. So to unlock all 3 of the next level of pack, all we need is the yellow, red and blue. So we could unlock them. I'm sure we need prerequisite ticks and stuff. But we could head towards unlocking all of them, and then I could maybe look at setting up some kind of, you know, science area bus type of thing. So we're not actually even burning the science we're making. That's interesting. I'll leave it for now, though. It wouldn't be bad if it backs up. What was I going to do? I was going to look and see. So if I want to boost up the steam engine, what do I need to do? Okay, so they do require the level up. I don't know if the ratios stay the same. I mean, I would assume so. So, consume 60, consume 60, max consumption 1.8, 3.6, so doubled. Oops, should have done that. Do that instead. 3.6, output 315, 60 per second. So it's the same temperature, consumption 30 a second. Yeah, same output there. Output 1.8. Yes, so it's completely scaled in proportion. Okay, that's good. So, it's going to be a bit tedious, but I can just manually sort of swap them out. Make sure there's no trains on the way. Because I can just literally sort of build some replacements. Built one? No. Build in that. You know, sort of one by one. Oh, wait, did I make a set? Yeah, I have. Because then this will count as the, you know, prerequisite one. So, let's do the 2 robots. Get that ready to rock and roll. And then I want 2 of them. And 2, 3, 4 of them. Don't think I've got any. I mean, I got pipes, so I could go and get pipes. Make sure the train's stopped. I was in London all day yesterday, and bloody hard work. It was the day. But got done by, or I was trying to head home by 4 o'clock. Oh, they must use a different type of pipe then. Is it steel pipes? Steel pipes, okay. Steel gears. Steel bearings, so that's why it's building them. Did I ever make steel pips? I don't think I did I? Because I made like those two, and then I was like, well, what use are they? I think the answer to that question is no use, other than for building other machines. Okay. We might need some more steel. Oh, we're going to need some more steel then. Am I going to replace them all? Okay. Okay. Just grab some steel. Let us put these in. I've got a lot of rubbish in my inventory, haven't I? Now there's a surprise. Okay. Oh, these are sucking up all the coal. That's not surprising, is it? Because yeah, that's a point. Probably need to increase belt level then, because they're consuming the fuel twice as fast. So effectively, I've added a whole load more, and this is only the lowest level of belt. Okay, so we need to increase this, I think. Don't know how much I've actually got on me. We can swap you out. The answer will be not enough, but how much not enough, I don't know. And needs to be... Oh, it already is? Yeah. And then the other robot would be that one. Ribbit. Okay, so that's already yellow belt. Oh, of course, and I've got this laddie, haven't I? Yeah, so that's all good. This little laddie, this little laddie. So this is backed up, so that's okay. Is everyone getting coal now? Everyone's getting coal now. Awesome. Awesome sauce. So I can now make 2, 3, 4 of them. And 2 more of them. And then let's also... Well, no. Okay. Okay. I don't think I finished it. So basically, it got to 4 o'clock-ish or so. Was it 4? No, more like about half 3. And I headed home. And got to the train station. And there seemed to be a surprising number of people, given... Because Friday it's usually quieter in London. I'm out of steel. It's quite... Because especially nowadays, because, post-COVID, a lot more people work from home and stuff, and, working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the office and Monday and Friday at home. There's a particular term that's given to that, which I won't say. But it involves working Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, which you might be able to work out the acronym. But yes, I think I need some more steel than that. Got to the station, I thought, it's quite busy. That's a bit odd, because, it's pre-rush hour, therefore, 4 o'clock isn't quite rush hour, really. And Friday, and so it should have been relatively quiet. But it turned out that, unfortunately, well, I'm making a presumption there, I don't know this is exactly what it was, but there was an incident that emergency services had to respond to. Now, what that usually means is that, unfortunately, somebody had decided to take their own life by jumping in front of a train. Could, of course, have been an accident. I don't know that for certain, but that's usually what that means. And this was at Clapham Junction. I say, it didn't have to, could have been. I didn't see anything on the news sort of saying there'd been a terrorist incident or anything like that. So that tends to be what that unfortunately means. Someone poor, unfortunate soul. But yeah, I then spent 2 hours in the station basically because these trains were so delayed. It got to the point where all of the trains that were coming through that particular sort of set of junctions just all went to a delayed sign rather than saying delayed expected at 4:30 or whatever. They all just became delayed, which just means we don't have a clue when they're going to turn up. And so I had to wait there an hour and a half before one finally arrived. Now, it was a bit fortunate that I caught it though, because they changed its schedule after it had arrived. It wasn't going to go where it actually went, sort of thing. Was I making actual boilers as well? I don't think I was, but let's see if I can see if I've got boilers in here. So I think not boilers, steam engines. I think I just made boilers. Oh no, I am. Okay. Okay, fine. Right, so that should have helped out with the power. So this is peaking, I guess, because it's night time? No. Why is that peaking then? Oh, it is night. Yeah, we're in night. Have I got power on then? Oops. What? Oh, it's the lights. Oh dear, oh dear. Dres, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Electric engines are what we need to make, basically. Because that, I'm making an assumption, is that still true? So they're not in there? No. So flying robot frames are steel, batteries, electric engines, and basic electronic boards. Okay. Okay, so we've got... That's the board, is it? Rather than... No, that's a... So it is the red ones. Okay. And I think the red ones are just stopped, aren't they? We're not actually... Yeah, so I'm not actually... I've got red ones available. I'm just not yet bringing them up here anywhere. Okay. So, what am I proposing? What am I proposing? If I wanted... Actually, can I make roboports? Or is that a separate technology? I could definitely make some chests out there. Where would roboports be in this? Are they different? See, I probably haven't got them. It's probably a separate tech, is it? Yeah, okay. I seem to be saying something about modular roboports. Roboport. So that's a personal roboport. What does that require? No. Does this not give me... Does robotics not give me robot... Oh, here we go. Modular roboports. Okay. So that's a separate research. Oh, it's quite complicated, isn't it? A robo chest. Okay. A logistic zone expander. Okay. Robot charging port 1. Charge port 1. Zone interface. I assume a hatch door. I assume that this just this is just the generic one, and then it just gives the option of doing weird weird, but different things, as it were. Like having a bigger network without putting any roboports down. Oh, it's better. Okay. I wonder if I just sort of handcraft one of those, because I'd quite like to do the classic. See, the trouble is I don't know how big they are. I'd quite like to do the classic work construction. There they are. Robot frames. Okay, so those are intermediary. But I'd quite like to do the classic of loading the, the robots into a roboport with circuit conditions applied. To stop them infinitely loading. But so I don't know how big that is. So the roboport, it may be a different size in this. Okay. So if we assume it's something like that, then we're going to need to have all of these fancy schmancy things. Robot frames, So robot frames is common, isn't it? So that could come along there. So this could be the sort of robo frames. But then has it got two more? It's got two more, hasn't it? But what are they made from? Isn't it common ingredients? For the brains. Brains. Would they be in Bob's Intermediates? There we go. That one's different, but it's the same. It's the same thing. It's the, like common ingredients, isn't it? So let's take this out of the way. Oops. Let's take this out of the way. There we go. Put it out of the way. Put it out way. Put it out way. Right. So that's a brain new, for logistics when they get them. That's very slow, that. They must be more expensive or something. Because I'm wondering... What am I wondering? Oh, hello, Masayid. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. So if this is the robot flame... Oh, robot flames? Robot frames. So it's got 4 ingredients. So it's going to need like 2 belts to feed all of that. How quick are they? 20 seconds. Okay. I bet you're half second. Yeah, that's fine then. So we want a whole bunch of stuff in there. But that's... I don't have to... Oh, I need batteries, don't I? And electric engines. Okay. How long do they take to make? So if this was actually, say, electric engines, which are where? No, they're not in normal intermediates. Trying to learn where things are to make it a bit more sort of smooth. And kind of failing. Oh, let's just search for it. So, what was it? What am I even feeding in? Because batteries are already... Oh, electric engines, okay. Look. Oh. Unless it goes on motors, does it? No. Have I not researched them? It needs an electronic machines, I bet. Or assembly 2, maybe, so... Maybe that's it. No? What? Menu. Oh, it's just... Okay, assembly 2. Okay. Should have just tried that, shouldn't I? Okay. Now you're in... There you are. So your crafting time, it's 10 seconds. Okay. So we could use one of you to feed two of them. You need red circuits and engines. And lube. Okay. But you need red circuits. And you need red circuits. But you need steel. Feels like we could do something a little bit clever, but not too clever. Because we need motor. Oh, well, we need engines there, and they probably need. Although that's in level 2, isn't it? So it's actually going to be faster, but that's fine. So you need to make motor, and that's basically the standard recipe, isn't it? So steel, gear wheels, and pipes. And these, no, not them. These. Where did it have them? Because that must be Bob's Intimate. No. There we go. So them things need steel and, although that's steel gear wheels. Forget Italian gear, and that's iron gear wheels. Okay, so it doesn't help me. But there is steel there. I'm just thinking I can put one on either side there, you see. And it can feed into both of them. And actually it would have some spare, but that's fine. Well, it wouldn't, because if we limited it, because we got that on there, then that would kind of balance itself out. But we would need, because you're like 10 seconds, aren't you? And none of these need iron? No, because they're steel. So this is a roboport that I don't know how big it is. So actually I could just have, you know, I could just have what? I could just have, you know, a pipe machine. Because this is well slow, it's like 10 seconds, is it? Yeah. I think it's 8 in the base game, is it? But we could have, you know, gear wheels and pipes just direct feeding in. Now you need steel, and you need steel. They both need red circuits. So I am wondering, would that make sense? I'm wondering if actually, I don't need that to remind me of that. If I actually move this down, like that. Now, would that work? Oh. Not if I put the things wrong. Oh. Okay, so that's both robots. Now, roboports then is a separate recipe, so we need that. There we go. Modular roboports. Have I got that all the way around? Okay, so that'll reach across. So we could then have, so if this is steel coming in there, those could both grab the steel they need. Engines, so we need to get lube in. But that could be done in all sorts of ways. Like that. Where would I want the output for them to go? And that's electric engines, isn't it? Because then we need an iron along the bottom. We can't forget that. So that needs to be iron. And this also needs an input to get the steel. You also need red circuits. You need red circuits and you need red circuits. So we could have this be a mixed red circuits and steel line. And then this is iron. Can I actually put one on? So that could be a mixed one of them. iron plates on those two. That then means we don't need any additional. We don't have an output, obviously. But we could then put batteries on here. I have got some batteries, okay. So we could put some batteries on there. Oops. I don't know why I've offset them, but not the other ones. That's cool. So I think I'll just try and do the other researches. There'll be lots of prerequisites, but we'll just let them chug away. I'm not actually going to make the other sciences, I don't think, this time. So what prerequisite should we do? So we've got blue belts, fast express inserters, both of which would be kind of good to start making. Advanced material in fact, that might be a good one to do next. Yeah, these are a bit more weird and wonderful. A lot. Oh, battery 2. Okay. So if we do, say, this one, then we need that first. And I didn't put the queue in on, did I? No, because I'm an idiot. So this could output, you know, either to that lane again or what have you. We then need the actual bot production area, and what do they need? So they've got. Let's just sort of bit of space. So if we're making, does it matter? I don't think it does. But we've got, because these both have 2 inputs, the brains. Where are they? Were they? Oh, there we go. So you got loggy brains. And we know that this is a completely different set of ingredients, but it appears to be all of these, so it's exactly what they are. So it may be better if that one's on the bottom, and then I can just, you know, have it feed in from that. And then you got the actual bots, and they need the flying robot frames, okay. But also this little logistics robotics tool thing. And that's the steel and the steel gear wheels. Okay. So that could be there. And is that all you need? That's all you need, isn't it? But you don't need red circuits? No, and you don't either. That's a bit annoying. But yeah, so this could be the steel continuing on. And that's also going to need another machine then, isn't it? To make, or in fact 2. No, steel gear wheels. There. It's going to make more sense for this to be a proper steel lane, isn't it? Because there's a lot of things I'm making out of steel here. So it's all of them. And then this is a battery combi one. Do any of these need red circuits? Let's have a look on the other one. So hopefully we'll get a roboport in there. Let's blow some trees up, because why not? And then this would be... Oh, we get requesters as well, okay. Advanced material, and then we want this one. What am I doing? So I'm doing which one here? Construction, it must be. So then the arms. Oh, there they are. And that's steel gear wheels as well. Okay, so we would then want one of them. You've got separate brains. That, I say, hopefully that's a thing. So everything there needs steel. So this is a direct feed in. That's taking steel. That's taking steel. I could put that there, couldn't I? That's taking the... did that again. Other way. That's taking the steel gear wheels. You don't need any of those, but I say we've go and establish that. Might be able to do that. Would that work? No, I don't need to do it now. That work? So this could just be like an offshot. No, why bother? We'll just position it appropriately. Except that we've got an iron plate line there. My favourite bit of the game, this designing stuff. I would never claim to be good at it as such, but I enjoy it. So you then would be the equivalent there. That needs, that should be the other way around, like that. No, you guys don't need steel at all, do you? But what we could do, rather than what I was trying to do there, is have them sort of, we could tack it on there and sort of bring them up, basically. So, and I don't know how wide the Roboport is, but I think that would work, because I think you can... No, you can't, can you? That's too far. Okay. So we are going to have to offset one of them. So it's not going to be nice and neat and tidy, but there we go. So, I don't know why I did that, but there we go. So that would be like that. Yeah, so they're both then picking up, and say we can tack that on the end. Don't really need that iron plate going any further, do we? Because these are all steel, okay. You don't need gear wheels, do you? No. But you need both of these things. So put that there. Where have I lined that up? So if I put that there. That's not really even, is it? So if I do that maybe there. Maybe move that down one. Okay. Because what I'm actually thinking is I could maybe... This could be the output. And these guys could grab from further away. So that's the battery... Oops. Battery... Red circuit. And then the output. In fact, let's move that over there. Output is that one. So this then gets direct feed from there. Input there. So this is hopefully a Roboport if it fits in. We can do a logic. So, you're getting steel gear wheels, because that's what this lane is meant to be. You make steel gear, half a second crafting time, 1 second crafting time, so that's fine. 1 second as well. It doesn't matter how quick those are. That needs all of that gubbins. It's the same gubbins. I don't know if the ratios are different, but it's the same stuff. That's hopefully, as I say, right. Oh, well, can I build one now? No, because I need blue circuits, which should be in a chest here. Roboport. A robotic port. A port for the robots. Ribbit. Okay, where did that go? There it is. No, it is bigger by 1 tile, just like the base game. Okay. Okay. What does that mean? That means that this needs to move over by 1. Okay. And now, in order to maintain this, midline, which is good because that's now even, although the inserters are now not really even. Not inserters, they're undergrounds. Well, what am I trying to achieve there? Why am I even bothering? That's the bigger question. That's the bigger... In fact, why don't I just do that? So, the robot can go there now. Okay. So we need to get lube in, which probably means that probably is better on that side. That is the steel coming over, so we need a Nundy there. These need to move over anyway. Engines. Yeah, so basically we need to get lube, batteries up here. I don't think I'm delivering them by train yet. But the other stuff, iron plate and all that, apart from the red circuits, I'm not bringing those up, I don't think. Should be somewhere around here. So if I sort of blueprint this, just so that I've definitely got it. Let's pop it there. And let's have a look where everything is. So, I think I probably need to get some grenading on the go. Bing bong bing. Get you researched. Maybe a bit more. Give ourselves a little treat. Oh, was this what I was gonna... Oh no, this was the original me planning out blue circuits, wasn't it? So we can get rid of that. In fact, let's not do it like that. Let's do it like that. Get rid of you. So, this can sort of tack on to the end. That's probably a terrible idea, because I'm sort of blocking myself in, but... Because these need blue circuit? No, they need circuit boards, okay. Which is these, okay. Yeah, it's identical, isn't it? Cool, okay. Yeah, I think that works. And then we can start making some robo ports. So, what I need... Well, I need to place this, don't I? Just blank it all out. Pick it all up. Pick it all up. I think I've done a weird mix of sort of, you know, machines that are supposed to run at rate, but then supplied them with stuff that's only being produced in a drivel. A drivel? Dribble. Okay, so if we pop this sort of... Well, let's put it over here somewhere. So it's at least vaguely out of the way. In fact, let me machine space it like I usually do. So it'll be that. Oh, except I've not done that. Move that one over. So then 2 more. Power pole. 2 more. Power pole. Okay. Right. So we want this on the end here. Let's leave a little bit of space upwards as well. So we've got, say, that, and then that, and then say that. So we want this to be here, I think. And then over there. Yeah. So it's sort of out the way, but sort of not out the way. No. Put that in there. Say, I don't think I'm even producing lube, but we shall see, we shall see. What were you? You must be flying robot frames. Flowbot frames. Flowbot frames. Ah, does that need to be an in? No, it needs to be a level 2, doesn't it? Is that right? Has that got the flying robot frames on? Let's have a look. Let us have a butcher's hook. No. Right? Nope. Maybe it wasn't a level 2 then. Huh. No, it's electric engines. Idiot. Oh, there. Okay. I didn't know it kept the filtering. I thought it just... Huh. Learn something new every day. Yeah, I mean, some of these belts probably need to be faster and, you know, inserters are too slow and blah, 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 but let's just get some of our friendly robots up and running. Get that on. It's interesting that rotates even though there's no power on it. I've never noticed that before. Production science packs is done. So let's have a look at the others. Let's go with this bad boy. Get the belts. What we missing? What we missing? Got them, got them. Okay, so that was the iron plate one. Get some lights on it on the moment as well. Okay. Have I only got 4 medium power poles? Okay. Let's go and have a general restock as well anyway. What do we want? And when do we want it? Oh, no, I am making batteries here. Huh. Could I steal them? Yes, I could. How would I do that? Take them out the top, I guess. Could also just build 2 more machines here, couldn't I? 2 more labs. I wonder how I'm making them. Oh, because I'm delivering sulfur. Okay. Okay. In fact, let's get rid of that sulfur. Where are you? There you go. Right, so, restock. Do I have labs? No. So let's get a whole stack of... In fact, let's not have 50 labs. That's a bit bonkers. Get some of them. Fill that up. Not fussed about maxing them out. We do want pipes if we're messing about potentially with chemicals. These are the red circuits. Don't really need them. Do I need? Not really. need, but might as well top everything off, I guess. We've used a bit of everything over the last few streams, so not going to carry them, so that's fine. Oh, I could put them away. Lights, there we go. That's what we want. Assembly machines. Get rid of some of these. Whoops. No. How many? Oh, that's fine. Inserters. We want lots of inserters. Radar. What about belts? Let's take all of them. How many of them have I got? Let's top that off. And where were splitters? Aren't they at the top here somewhere? There we go. And yawns. Cool. Got a load of junk still, of course, because that's me. That's me. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. Right, so I'm not actually going to connect this up, but these two would come along here. Like so. We want probably medium power piles rather than, because we've got some bigger gaps to fill. Maybe that goes to there. That one to there, so that one needs to reach over. So that I can do that and that. Say that in there. In fact, do I need both of those? That'll reach, yeah, that's good. And then some sort of arrangement of something. Like that. Why are you missing power? Because there should be one there rather than there. Okay. Everything's powered. Get some lights on. Just random, I guess. Should really put some in a box as well, shouldn't I? Certainly for them, but let's just have a stack of them being eventually made. So we need a logic on both of those, but I'll just turn them round. Oops, turn them round for the time being. Do need lube. Okay, and now we need to hook everything up. So iron plate and steel. Where are they? Where are they? Okay, this is all silicon. There we go. So we've got steel here. What are we doing with that? We're not doing anything with that after the military. So we could run that on a little bit. Put a filter on there. Get rid of that copper. So that could be our steel. I mean, it's only half a lane of steel, isn't it? So, okay. So that could be the steel. We would need iron plate. Got to be iron plate here somewhere. So they're making gill. There we go, iron plate there. So ironically, they're right next to each other. And it'd probably be far easier just to half belt them, but Okay. Would that matter? Wouldn't matter. I'd have to switch them round. And probably best putting a filter on here. Stop it flowing too far. Except that that needs to be there. Because it's steel they need, not iron plate. Okay. So if we sort of half belt or stick these two together. Again, I won't actually connect them up. So this would be these two. But it might be better flipping that round, clearing that off. So I can do that. So we'll just leave that unconnected for the time being. Okay. And then we need batteries and red circuits. Neither of which I think I'm bringing up already. No. A bing bong bing. What was next? So if we want to do that one, we need to do that one. Cool. Yeah, so we got this here, so we can just sort of bring that over. That gets us red circuits. And we want batteries, which are kind of right here. But also kind of not. So that needs sulfuric acid. Oh, okay, so I'm feeding... Okay, so there's tons left over. But no real way to get it out. And what? So this... 1 second crafting time for... For what? What? So, oh, 50 sulfuric acid per second. And this uses 20 every 4 seconds. So this is way over producing. So if we could hive some off, that's probably the easiest way of doing it. So if this has some sulfuric... I'm not massively keen on that being there. Let's do that. So we can do a little area here, making batteries. Just say 2 machines. In fact, do I need that on at all? Could I put... No, I need to be able to join them up, don't I? What else do you need then? You need plastic, lead. Lead we know's on, and we've got this plastic here, so I could just put some more lengths of adjustment, as it were. Like, basically like this. In fact, let's avoid the pipe. So put another plastic there, and then... Because how many batteries do these need? Oh, it sort of doesn't matter, I say, because... I mean, they take 20 seconds, don't they? Blue belt? I'm barely even using red belt. I think I'm racing ahead too far. This is what a problem I sometimes have of... Get ahead of myself with the research and then get sort of lost in a sense. So, let us find robot frames. So they take 4 seconds. And so a robot frame I think takes 20, but how many does it need? That's the question. Oh no, it's in a different thing, isn't it? There we go. So it needs 2 batteries. Okay. So one machine would... Yeah. Okay. Whoops. So if we do 2... Where the heck am I? I'm down here. Okay. So if we do 2 of these, have them output to there. Like that. They both output to there. They're both doing batteries. Like that. Gonna need some inserters on the other side as well. So I can put plastic in. They also need lead, which is... Oops. There, I believe. How are you getting your acid? You're getting your acid like that. Like that. Oops. And then straight pipe. Straight pipe. So that gets you both acid. We need to hook up your plastic. Which is that one. Cool. Need to put a light on. And that gets me batteries, which I don't really want going all the way up there. I do want to connect that pipe though. Funny like that. And then if we take this sort of over here. Does that make sense? It's probably easier doing it the other way around, isn't it? So that's that one. I think we're on the connecting up time. Connecting up time. Let's just take that over there. Where do I want this to go? All the way over there. Because efficiency is my middle name. Right. Don't have a middle name. A lot of people do in the UK. But, I mean, my mum was almost certainly dyslexic because she had enormous trouble spelling and that sort of thing. But from a time when such things were not diagnosed or barely even known about. I mean, dyslexic's a tricky one because whether it really exists or not is a little bit of a debate. There's a bit of a tendency to... I think it's good that it's all... Well, it's sort of self-compensating itself in that it used to be a term, basically, that was applied to, like, wealthy or middle-class children rather than young children, even though it's actually exactly the same thing. For young children, it would always be called reading difficulty. But sort of middle-class children were dyslexic. So there's no plastic being made, look. Why is that? Because they don't have petroleum. And why don't they have petroleum? Because sour gas is full. Oh, hello, Aramis. Oh, and you're live when I'm at work. I am indeed. Is that just an inline one? I'll be doing earlier tomorrow. What's your job? Are you what are you doing on this fine Saturday? Why is that completely stuck? Oh, the hydrogen sulfide is full. Okay. This is a problem of not having balanced anything, isn't it? Right. Well, I'd be live in 3 hours. Almost certainly not, no. 2.5. I'll probably go till, so I don't know what time zone you're in, but 9 o'clock or so. I've had quite a long week, so I'm not planning on doing a really long stream, but I will be back tomorrow, so and that'll be earlier on, so that'll be 3 o'clock tomorrow. I wasn't going to look up science, was I? What was I going to look up? Was I looking up science? Yes, I was. So I was going to look up this one and sort of chug this one away. Why won't you do that one? So if we do, say, I don't know, doesn't matter, does it? Advanced electronics. Thank you very much. See you when I see you. Yeah, I mean, so basically the schedule is 6 o'clock on the Saturday and 3 o'clock on the Sunday. So I'm trying to hit this. Tomorrow, however, will be the last. You might have gone now. Sorry, was in my thought process there. I'm actually going to start a Dyson Sphere program playthrough on Sundays. So I just need a bit of variety. I've been playing Factorio on stream for solid for the last few weeks, sort of thing. So I'm going to do a Dyson Sphere program playthrough. It won't be. I'm not going to do Mega Base or any of that sort of thing. I just want to play the game because I really enjoy it and haven't for a while. So it'll only last sort of, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks or something. But then it'll be back to normal Factorio. But the Bobs will continue on Saturdays. So there'll always be the Saturday. If you wanted to catch up, if you're sort of interested in the content, rather than just chatting, as it were, or chatting as well, sort of thing. Obviously, I have the YouTube channel if you wanted to check any of them streams out. Does that count as self-promo? I'm rubbish at doing the self-promo thing. So, we need to get lube here. Does lube help me out? I don't even know how I make lube. I don't think I am I? Because I haven't got any heavy oil on the go. Which I assume is advanced oil processing still. But yeah, this is the problem here. Here's your problem. Here's your problem. We're not doing anything with sulfur. That's the problem. Because I'm splitting it down into those two. And we're getting so much hydrogen sulfide out that is then just basically clogged up. That it's blocking everything else up. So what do I do about that? Because can I make anything else out of sulfur? I can make hydrogen sulfide and sulfur dioxide. So I've got alternate recipes. Hydrogen peroxide is there. Because hydrogen and oxygen, is that like a... I think I confused myself because it's hydrogen sulfide that I'm making. Might have to go down there so I can trace it through. So I've already got hydrogen sulfide, and then I'm converting it to sulfur by adding oxygen. Huh. I don't know if that is like a zero-sum game, because you can also make hydrogen sulfide out of sulfur, and hydrogen, which makes sense, obviously, but I don't know if that's a zero-sum game, as it were, in that. You know, do you lose sulfur in that process, or imagine, clever chap that he is, bobbing about, has done all the maths and it all works out. You effectively don't. You're sort of burning hydrogen. You're burning water effectively. So I can't, destroy sulfur by doing it, through some weird process, basically, is what I was wondering. But I don't think any of these others. I might be able to. Could I make like explosives or something like that? So we can make sulfur there, or that way. See, I don't think I've unlocked anything like that. This is where having like Helmod or HNEI would be very useful, because I'd be able to sort of properly look it up. At the moment, I'm kind of guessing. Counts as an intermediate, doesn't it? Explosives. Basic oil. I mean, I need to flip some of it over to that anyway, don't I? And I get less sour gas if I do that. Oh, you don't need water for that. Okay. Interesting. But can I... Isn't there a... Can't I do something with sour gas? I thought I could turn it into fuel or something. Let's have a look at what recipes it gives me if I start plopping them down. Because we need to go down there anyway. I don't know why I'm standing up here. Solid fuel, plastic bar, sulfuric acid. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so we can convert... We can make solid fuel from sour gas. So I think we probably need to do that to sort of get rid of sour gas as well, sort of thing. Okay, so we need to head down there anyway, so let's head down. Oh, there's very few red sciences. Why is that? Because we're only getting a small trickle of inserters, and why is that? Because we're not making red circuits, and why is that? Because I've not mathed it properly. Yes, I'm one machine down. How have I managed that then? How have I managed that? That was dumb. Don't think this quite solves it, but... Well, could I just boost what machine they are? So if I make that level 2, we probably actually need to be level 3. Yeah, it's not quite enough. Guess I could have like an extra bonusy one, a little Roosy bonus. So that would be the wooden boards coming down. Always fun working on the train by the train track. So that's that one. That's then that one. And that's more electronics. Cool. So wondering why some of these were going a bit slow, and it's because it's thing. And then of course we have the problem, I'm just not making enough stuff, like full stop. Which is why I kind of need to get some proper factories on the go, really. Let's just have a quick look at power. Just to make sure I've not created any problems. So that's all nice. In fact, that's the point. I could put some solar and stuff in as I go down. Because we should be Yeah, here we go. We're nice and topped up on machines. Get 100 of them. Do we need 100 of them? Let's just get 50. I realised I'd sort of mismatched them because these aren't actually the same solar panels. I should have done the small solar panels if I'm doing the slow accumulators, I think. If you look at the maths, I think that's how they sort of combine together. Don't suppose my car's anywhere sensible, is it? Oh, it's over there. Okay. Right. Let us try and sneak through the gap here. Not get killed by a train. These, oh. There's no power poles. There's no power poles. Yeah. Missed. I missed. So I need more here. Like that. Don't think I've set them up to turn off, have I? Or turn on and off, because this has a, yeah, that was the problem. This has a, these have a charge rate, and these are the slow charging one. So they don't ramp quick enough to actually support the power in the base. It's kind of cool that that's in the game. That's quite a cool idea, because that's, you know, the problem you have in real life. Power, you know, power things don't ramp. So I won't put any more solar panels down, because there's not really a lot of point. If we are not maxed, oh, we are maxed. Okay, so at no point the steam engines turn off. Okay, so we do need more. Okay. Okay. Let's put in... did I bring 100? Let's put in another 100. Oops. Did I bring 100? I think I only brought 50, didn't I? But yeah, I mean, they work, you know, obviously they still work in the same, oops, intended way, and I've run out of them now. Doing well, doing well. Of, you know, being a sort of backup. But it's always still going to be the problem that, I say, they're not going to ramp quick enough. I don't know how the game, if it does, manages that. Okay. Okay. So I need some medium power poles anyway. So let's head back to the base. Oops. Somebody's put some trees in the way here. Yep. Okay. Do I need inserters and stuff? Yeah. Might need belts. Okay, where are we? Medium power poles. And belts. That'll do, I think. Excuse me, I think. I never finished that, so I thought I made. It's classic. I was, I say, earlier on I was essentially trapped in London for an hour and a half. Didn't do anything other than stare at a message board, you know, saying your train is delayed. Oh, thanks for that. It kind of made the day. It was like, well, you know, incredibly long week, and then you sort of sat there or stood there in the Vloming station just for hours and hours and hours and hours, and it's like, could have really done without an extra, you know, two purple circuits. Ooh. An extra, you know, 2 hours on the day, and then the train I had to get on, because there is like a fast service to the station that I use. Literally takes like 40 minutes, but this was the slow stopping service, because I'm guessing they, you know, cancelled, you know, that type of one, so that they could get more people, you know, travelling, as it were. So the train took an hour and a quarter, I think, because it was the slow service. But I almost didn't get it because, and I think it's because of that they flipped it over to a stopping one, whereas it was I was looking on the board at the fast one, and suddenly it disappeared, and I was like, what the heck's happened there? And then I, you know, looked through it, as it were. Can I line that up? Yeah, but not with the... Oh no, yeah, that's okay. And I was like, oh no, they've just completely cancelled the train. But no, it turned out they'd delayed it, switched it to a different service rather. And I almost didn't spot it, but it also didn't hang around. It sort of went, and I guess that's because there was such a backlog. But they didn't announce it. You know, there was no... The train has been changed to a stopping service type announcement. And it was literally there 5 minutes. I kind of had to jump on. Oh, I'm not going to have enough steel chests, am I? I literally had to jump on the train. I usually try and get in the end carriages. I don't know why. I just, in my head, they tend to be the least busy ones. And you can normally get a seat. But I was only halfway down the train, and the guy was blowing the signal. Are you actually running then? Oh, it's sour gas. Oh, that doesn't help me then, does it? So I can make it out of sour gas, not... Well, that'd be weird, but what I could do, because I could make sour gas. How would I make sour gas? No, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever, does it? No, so that doesn't work. What the heck are you meant to do with all this excess sulfur dioxide then? So one thing we can do, obviously, is switch these over to advanced oil. Gonna have to get some cracking on the go then. So let's switch some of them. Let's switch, say, the first two. So we now have heavy and light. Do I open that? So is lube? Where's lube? Okay, is that ceramics? titanium. Titanium is lube. There it is. Where is it? Oh, it's in intermediates. Okay. Oops. There it is. So it's just literally made from heavy oil, like everything else. Okay. Can we then add an extra courage here? So if I made this one longer that way, I would offset this, but I could move the station up. No problem. Okay. Let's bring you back. In fact, can I make a liquid carriage? Yes. Okay, let's bring you back. Put this in. All right. Oh, there he is. Put you on manual. So I need take that out. Put that in. Put that in. Like that. Let's make sure you've got some fuel. And have I got pumps? I've got 2 pumps. So I could build another tank. Put you there. Oh, too close, obviously. Where did I put them? On this one? Middle and bottom. Let's do the same again then. I put them in the wrong place, haven't I? Yeah. Idiot. There we go. So this is going to be lube. And to make lube, just seems to be the standard recipe, but we need to fit it in somewhere. So let us, in fact, let's do a nice bit of space there. Yeah. Let's do it that way around. So you're making lube, you're making lube. So you're probably going to have to get cracking. Meaning get cracking on the go rather than get a move on. Okay. Let's get cracking. So down there. Right. That's that. So that's ready for that. Put one of those in. Oops. Let's look up the signs again. That one there. So we need that one. So let's do that one. Because we would then have second lot there actually, so put that there. Okay, so this is a lube. Let's have that be there. That. Connect this to say there. Put you there. We have lube. Not much, but some. So that proves the principle at least. We're going to need a couple of more pumps, aren't we? And another tank. So, let's head back up to the other station, and then I can fiddle about with the actual station itself. Because I'm going to have to think of a use for... I could just turn the light oil into fuel then, couldn't I? Into thingy, couldn't I? Right. Because what I basically need to do... I'll move this out of the way. Need to move this up again. Already done this once. Oh, doesn't it get offset in a weird way? Let's just put the railway in. In fact... Because if I put... so if you end up... Okay, that works better. Yeah, because it goes... Which one is which there? So that's lined up. And that's not lined up, is it? Because it's this 2x2 grid issue, basically. Dang. That's very annoying. Doesn't matter too much for the liquids, but because the pumps are going to attach to either of the two. Oops. It's the solids that's the problem. Always the solids that's the problem. So let's go to the drop off and see where it actually lines up. That's a manual. Yeah, you see. Which is the quicker fix? I think it needs to be one further up is the problem. It needs to be there. It's the quicker fix. Is it? I don't. It makes a lot of difference, really, does it? How very annoying. Why is that? Saying red. If I... Oh, you'll connect now. Okay. Basically, I can't move these all up one. And that's an inventory exploding problem. Or do I? Because we're in Bob's, aren't we? So I can tell this. In fact, why is it not? Oh, because it's full. But I can tell this to pick up from there. So if I take that out... Yeah, it works. Awesome. Okay. Ah. It's a bit weird, but... that aligns them back up again. It's a bit weird, but there we go. So we need a use for sulfur, basically. Okay. Nice job there from Bob's, enabling my spaghettification. Okay. So this needs to actually be up here. We're going to need to put you there. Cap you off at 3. Is it 3? 200, no, just the one. Like that. Do that. Extra light. Tiny bit of lube. Cool. We might make our first robot. Maybe. Where am I going to take the fluid? Let's see. So I'm going to need some more undergrounds anyway. Let's go and grab some of them. Titanium chest, eh? Titanium chest. Wow. Oh, what's that tiny... That's not iron, is it? Oh, I don't know what that is. That's... something? What are these? What are you? Tin? Okay, that would make sense because I only put a tiny thing in because I didn't know... Yeah, didn't know what I was doing. Still don't, as a general rule. Right. Do. I need increasing, but because we're using it all in electronics, I guess. What was I going to look for? I was going to look for some steel. And some underground pipe. I definitely remembered then. Okay, so what? I wonder if I can just dump lube on the floor. Because it calls it a gas venting. Oops. Have we got the wrong one? Gas venting pump. So it's got 100 lubricant in it, but it's not doing anything with it. Is that right? Obviously that's not got anything in it anyway, but it doesn't look like you can just dump lube. Which is a shame. Let's put you on there then. Okay. I don't actually think there'll be enough to make a robot, but let's see. I guess if I take it over the top here, it's probably safest. So we go out the top like that. And then blow some trees up. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Don't matter really, does it? But let's put it there. that. Definitely not going to do it now because I just dumped a load of it out. But there you go. Dumped even more of it out there. We'll put that tree in the way. Okay. Oh, I don't know. We only need 30. So it might make a couple of engines, which might make a couple of robot frames, which don't have an output. How did that one get out? If I... Oh no, it's the... Why am I putting... I'm putting the wrong thing on the belt. So it should be this one. And this one. There you go. Cool. So you don't have any of the other stuff, and I don't know why. Why not? You've got logistics. Oh, I didn't. This isn't properly extended. So it's not put that in. It's waiting on flowbot frames. Why is it not got any? Just taking a while to make. I mean, they are 20 seconds. There we go. Is that... That's our first Loggybot. Hurrah and huzzah. We don't really need a Loggybots, because we've got nothing to loggy. So why don't I turn that round? I'll make some construction bots instead. Cool. With what tiny amount of lube we've got. Okay. Right then. We have succeeded. We have success-ish. So, what I really need to do now is sort the boil side of things out. So let's just stick it on auto and go to pick up. Pick up. Guess we could look at, say, something like explosive. Does that use sulfur? Yeah. Fluid canister processing. Interesting. See, with those mods I'm not a fan of, the HNEIs and all that sort of stuff, you can look up what the usages are of the materials. I'm sure. I'll be surprised if there's a way of doing it in vanilla as well, but I just ended up knowing all the recipes, but, you know, basically off by heart. Ish. Okay, so let's hop out. So there's a little bit of lube. Not a lot, but a little bit. And it's the sulfur that's our problem. Okay. So we could try and make explosives. We would need coal, water. Okay. I would need to do that research. Don't suppose. Yeah, I mean, we could make things like cannon shells and stuff. They're obviously useful for. Well, I say that. Yeah, so explosives there for artillery, which I'm sure we will need plenty of. Plenty. Right, in that case, because it... Oh, where is the light going? It's just filling the pipes, I guess? Because we produce so little. So we need a useful light as well. But yeah, we can always hive the, heavy off into thing, because I'm not sure. Would it count as an intermediate? Yeah, so we would need advanced oil processing. Oh, there's your water. Oh, I see. So there's a base recipe in Bob's that uses... Okay. Oh, you have direct converts, do you? So you can do cold cracking straight to heavy oil. Like fully to heavy oil without... Huh, okay. Interesting, okay. Right, where did I get to? So, we could have... I could sort of reinstate... Well, I kind of need to do the research first, don't I? But yeah, we could convert both heavy and light to solid fuel as well. So if we do explosives... It's never not worth having explosives. Because it's obviously super convenient because we've got, heavy and sulfur right here and water right here, so we might as well make some explosives, even if it's not, super duper large volumes and doesn't quite solve our problem. In fact, maybe the other way around. And then I can put some chesticles here. So it's one of those things that I never really used to make much volume of, but when you get to the stage of needing artillery, you suddenly need quite a lot of explosives. Quite a lot indeed. Oops. Okay, pop one in there maybe. So this will be explosives in a minute. Oops. So I need water as well. Oh, of course that's in the way. Silly person. Of course it's in the way. Water. Okay, so they're ready to go. But take a little longer for the recipe. Are we getting back on track with red? Not really. Still not really making, are we? Why is that saying output full? Oh, we're not getting any iron plate through now. Okay. Huh. So it looks like I could do with this being yellow a bit further around. Okay. Okay. Right, so that gets us a little bit of, you know, sulfur used up. But what we can also do is use cracking to control some of it. But I say I don't quite know what I'm supposed to. Unless, does advanced oil not produce sour gas, maybe? Maybe that's what you're ultimately meant to do. And then you can just use a bit of sour gas where you need it, sort of thing. Maybe that's the intended solution. Maybe that's the intended solution. Did I actually do cracking, or did I? No. So I need advanced oil to do that. I mean, I'm sure eventually we'll need, you know, tons and tons and tons of batteries type of thing, but for the time being, we're near using up just. Oh, looks like we went down to just solar there for some reason. Cool, okay. Okay. Where's going to be a good place to put this? We want something that lets us fire it up to. Let's use a regular. Oh, that iron plate. Nuts. Okay. Okay, let's head back to home. Is the train here? No, train's not here. Of course the train's not here. I just said I had to wait 2 hours for it last night. Right. Probably sneak past these solar panels without causing too much damage. Right, what am I after? Pipes, I'm sure. Iron plate. Because I need to make. Did I not make steel chests? Yeah, they're over there. Okay. I say because I've been handcrafting them, but that is daft if I'm making them. Advanced. Okay, let's. In fact, let's do coal liquefaction as well. Just for the heck of it. Just for fun. So, power poles. Pipes. Regular pipes. There. Yep, pipes. And then we want to upgrade belts on this, don't we? Further up. So it goes all the way up here. And then that goes to a yellow splitter. Make this yellow belt. Which means that needs to upgrade as well. Are you going to be annoying? No, you're okay. Right. Ah. Okay. So hopefully that helps. We can always just pause science for a bit anyway. I don't really need... I'd quite like to finish those sciences, so I'm ready to go. I need to start thinking about scaling up, to be honest with you. Right, let's build some wires as well. Because I'm having to handcraft them. Because they're a more complicated, here they are, thing than like that. I don't suppose I'm producing pumps. No. Let's make a few pumps then. Make a few tanks. 3 of them, say. We can make 5 more. And what else? Grab some inserters. I don't know. Need them. How are we doing over here? 40 robots. 40 robots. An absolute glut of robots. And 2.2k of lube hanging around. Look at all that. Look at all that. This tin didn't seem to really happen, did it? Why is that? Because there's very little actual tin ore coming in. Okay. You should have said. I suppose that's not really surprising, since we've got 2 miners, one of which doesn't actually have any resources. That would be what we like to call in the trade the problem. No. Well, that's your problem. Come on. So, enough there. Are we on? Are we maxed? Yeah, because you're pausing. Galenium. Tin ore. Isn't tin a... I mean, tin's not a... No, it is, isn't it? I'd say it's not a raw. In fact, have I just left me car behind? I think I have, no. No wonder I keep losing it. probably just my imagination, but recent maps I seem to have ended up with a lot of mixed patches. I don't know if they've changed the map generation icon to favour them or something, but I seem to have ended up with a lot of mixed patches in new maps that I've started. Okay, let's have a look at this then. So, if I wanted to use advanced oil, oh no, it does produce sour gas. 55 sour gas. In fact, it produces even more sour gas. Because that only produces 30. Oh, carbon dioxide mediated oil processing. They all seem to use slightly different ratios. So if you make that one an advanced one as well, good to have a bit of everything. So this, I guess, will be water. Water. Right. Get that done. So it's ready in case I want to swap any of them over. And we could take the water from here, couldn't we? Cool. Couldn't we? Okay. Okay. Are you, in theory, running? In theory, you would be running. No, wrong one. Okay, so that one's running. But as we know, we've got 1 million tons of light oil to process. Okay, so we want to put probably want that in there because I made old school tanks, didn't I? Okay. So that's our storage. I could put a pump on it, but let's leave it for the time being. And that turns on. That turns on. So you're going to crack heavy to light. And I've got you the wrong way around, obviously, because standard. Can I sneak that in there? Bit naughty, but that'll do. Nope. So, power pole. Nope. That. Okay. Okay. So this needs to join our light oil, wherever that ends up. And these need power. And this needs a little bit of logic to say only turn on if the amount of heavy goes above, say, 10,000. That'll always pump, and that'll only turn on if and when we get heavy oil backup. Okay. Can I write that? Yeah, okay. Cool. So that's cracking heavy to light. You don't usually need a lot of that, but that's in vanilla, so I don't know. We might need a lot more processing. We shall see. We shall see. We then need the equivalent for light oil, but I've not really made room for it. So let us sort of imagine a light oil one here. So that does light to petrol. Other way around? No, that'll be that. Yeah, let's do it that way around. No, actually, let's do that. Okay. Standard arrangement. You do usually need a lot of light to petroleum, but again, that's based on vanilla, so we shall see. Saying to someone during the week that my stream last Sunday was a bit of a what's the polite term? Poop show, shall we say? It wasn't really. I mean, it wasn't like a disaster. I don't think I was really in the mood. If I'm totally honest, where do I want to take that? That's not a bad position for that, but. Not keen on that. Can I line you up? No. Yeah, okay. And there's almost an element because it was the trying to get the bots where I was doing it because I thought I was like, well, I said I was going to get bots and I didn't actually make it previously. This is with the blueprint testing, but I didn't really need. I mean, I did find a couple of things that I need to fix. In fact, quite a few things. So that was good, but in terms of like my kind of interest in doing the actual stream itself, it was like almost zero. Because as I say, it was just like setting a bunch of research going and waiting for it to finish. Which, that's not very interesting, is it? So I kind of almost got to I'm a bit bored at this game now. Which is one of the reasons I was thinking about doing the Dyson Sphere, but I think this is the way to go for me, the overhaul mods. Really enjoying this. Right, where do we want petroleum to connect? Because we've got petroleum coming out of there. So ideally maybe here. Said this before, I think pipes is one of the most industrial looking parts of the game. They do look really awesome. Bit of a pain to work with and bizarre that you can't sort of step over them, but really, I mean, really I should have a pump on that because it'll be like feeding back on itself and being weird, but that's fine. So at the moment I don't have any use for light. I'm not doing anything with light. I could turn it into fuel. Would that be sort of sensible and worth doing? Not actually I could turn it into fuel, couldn't I? Because isn't there a liquid fuel? What the heck do you do with that? I wonder if... Let's go out the way. So you can make liquid fuel. What do you do with it then? Oh, you can turn it into enriched fuel. Okay. I wonder what enriched fuel is for. Is that more energy dense? I assume that's 50 megajoules. Yeah, so it's way more dense, isn't it? 150, 120. Yeah, so we kind of want some of that. Right, where could we put a build for that then? How about... I do it down the bottom here somewhere. Oops. Oops. So, we want 10 liquid fuel. Oh, it needs water. No, it doesn't. What? Oh, it's because it's giving me the light oil recipe. Okay. But what does ratios look like? Net machines 0.83. Okay. So it looks like it's a weird off ratio. 0.667. Okay. Does that mean I can support 5? Might be 6 even. Yeah, okay. So a single one of them supports 6 of them. Okay. Crikey. And that, but they just take in light oil, so that's okay. So what we could do, perhaps, mayhaps, would that work? Might be a bit weird, but you can have them outputting sort of there. Like that. And have literally the opposite here. I've run out of chemical labs. Can I get 4 more? Might well be able to, but I've got such a, there we go. Such a list of things that we can build now. Oops. Put that there. In fact, let's do that. Does it make sense to do it that way around, or maybe I could do it? Might be better if I did that. And we can put all of that there. All of that there. Let's get rid of everything. Rip it up and start again. What was it? 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Cool. Keel. And then probably found out it's too much to go down the pipe or something. Yeah, we can connect them up then. Like that. Put you in. No, I put the wrong thing on. What? I think I said this literally last Bob stream, but the chemical plant thing is quite a good model, but you can't really see the best bit of it, this tanky bit and the thing here. Well, I think these are, I don't know if these are the artisanal ones, but... Oh! Why you no work? Liquid fuel. Is that not liquid fuel? Oh, I guess because this is only getting a tiny trickle of light oil, isn't it? It's not really doing anything. Or do I want to stick it all in a chest? Don't get loaders in this, I've just sort of realised. So I can maybe make it like that. And then that. Put a fast one here. Oops. There we go. So yeah, they're only getting a tiny trickle of light oil because most of it's going into petroleum. And I guess that's fine. What I really want probably is for this to send it up in preference. And that preference is probably more based on whether I've got petroleum rather than... I'll put that way around actually. So if we put pump here, actually it wants to be that way. So I only want this to turn on if there is more than quite a lot, 20,000 or something. Oh, let's put it at 15. So it won't ever pump anything unless we're absolutely stuffed with petroleum. But we've not really got any light now. What are we backed up on? Sour gas again. Damn you, sour gas. Which is because of hydrogen sulfide. So maybe if I flip some of these recipes to ones that are less favourable for hydrogen sulfide. So I've got 2 of that, haven't I? So So that produces 70 sour gas, 55 sour gas, 30 sour gas, 25 sour gas. Ah, okay. I get it now. I get ya. So I want this one really, this recipe, I think. To push it more towards less sour gas. Yeah, balancing oil seems like it's going to be quite tricky. So that's all that sour gas. Just loads of it, isn't there? Absolutely loads of it. Oh crikey, it's 8:20. How about we just do a bit of chest clearing with it. Why did I do that? Just to help, because we know we've got a backlog. We know we can just get rid of a bit of it, like that. Weapons are a bit underpowered, aren't they? That'll do. In fact, actually, let's go and see. Machines are probably full as well. Oops. There you go. Clear the belt as well, maybe. Just to get things sort of back to flowing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe quite an interesting challenge balancing all the oil. So coal liquefaction hasn't happened at all, and I don't know if that's because it needs purple. So we were never going to get that as a science. We can, however, go back to this one, where we need battery 2, but for that we need lithium. So we could maybe finish those sciences before the end of the stream. I should set that on a... There's no point me turning it all into fuel now, is there? Only if it's like massively backed up, really. So let's do one of these inline jobbies. All corners, there we go. So we put one of these in, put another pump on, and only tell that to turn on if there's more than... Can I put 20,000 or is that too high? Because... No, 20,000 is okay. Because that's 20k. Yeah, so we're not converting into fuel sort of unnecessarily. Because we've already filled up these boxes. I put the burner generators back in the thing, didn't I? Back in a box. I mean, there's not exactly any harm me carrying some of it around. So I can fuel the car. But yeah, I'm assuming we can turn that into rocket fuel, but that's a fairly dumb assumption, isn't it? Because in reality, it's probably made from hydrazine or something like that. So we shall see. So that's battery 2. Oh yeah, we're only getting like a trickle of sulfur, and these guys aren't, you know, using it up quick enough to do that. I might. No, let's just leave them. I might reduce the number of boxes, but it's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's already full. Yeah, that's okay. Let's grab my car. Hop in the train. Yeah, hydrogen sulfide pipes aren't even full, are they? Awesome. What is it backed up on then? It's always backed up on something. There you go. Well, it's not backed up. Heavy's quite high, isn't it? Probably need more heavy cracking then. Cool. Cool. Right then. Let's have a look at these bots. See if we can't do a logic for them as well. So, oops. Does that not give me that? There it is. Yeah, I'm going to leave it after this. I'm not going to do any more science because we've got the capacity to make so much stuff now. Right. Let's get a logic on that and on that. And get this doing robot stats. So on available logistics bots, X. So X. If that's less than 50, stick them in. Available construction bots, Z. If that's less than 50, stick them in. Awesome. Next question, I suppose, is when do we get personal roboports? Certainly would need modular armour, which we can research. Could I build it? Oh, easily. Okay. It won't be the last research then. We'll do some personal stuff. Because I can actually just skip straight to power armour, couldn't I? Oh, I would need the super boards, so no. Might as well just use the power armour for a while. Okay. Construction bots, blimey. So it's not really getting. Oh, well, it wouldn't be, would it? Because we know that's half a second craft time. It kind of makes more sense as a craft time for this recipe because you've made the complicated bits and you're just like bolting them together. So it's like it's just a bot if you stick all those, stick a brain in it and, give it a tool and it's a bot. So the half-second craft time makes more sense. Okay. I notice all these are backed up as well, but then blue is backed up, isn't it? Oh, and all of these are chugging. Okay. Cool. Okay. So it looks like the iron's okay now. I don't know. Oh, iron's more than okay. Cool. Okay. Let's do a little bit of tidying up. Or, things like this. Did. I think let's sort of grab those bits. That. You on there. Bing bong bing. So, we want modular armour. Oh, armour crafting 3. Huh. I had no idea there were other types of armour. Armour crafting 4. Titanium ceramic. Well, that's interesting. But I want modular armour, which I can't see. There. Okay, get that. Get rid of you. Get one in there. Cool. Red ones there. No, that's all fine. We could stick some more power stuff on. What is that? Tin, iron. Okay. Let's go and get some solar panels and stuff then. That wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. I sort of assumed it would be, well, more onerous. I guess in reality I've not actually, in a sense, solved the oil problems. Let's get some power poles as well. When do you ever solve the power problems? When do you ever? Right. Oh, I guess, yeah. Actually, I should make roboports, shouldn't I? Not really kind of done there, have I? But let's get solar panels and stuff. Let's get some solar panels. Seen a few videos of on YouTube because creators are a bit annoyed that YouTube's changed its policy on swearing and sort of applied it retroactively. I never really quite got the swearing one because YouTube isn't for kids, and I mean literally you have to be 13 to watch YouTube, otherwise you're supposed to watch YouTube Kids basically, which is a separate thing. It was all part of the whole, when it was found they were gathering all this data on children basically and not properly enforcing the separation. Right, what first? Let's do night vision. So set up YouTube Kids. But I think there's almost like a kind of unofficial recognition that it doesn't actually. Oh, that's rubbish, isn't it? Essentially, it doesn't work. Basically, it's not doing what it's meant to. That's better. That's night vision. I guess immunity. But yeah, you're not meant to be even allowed to watch YouTube when you're a kid. It's not like Twitch where you have individual channels marked as kid channels. They're meant to be in this separate ecosystem. That doesn't mean there isn't kids content on main YouTube, but it's meant to be that it effectively sort of turns it into PG. That you would be watching it with your parent there, sort of thing. Whereas YouTube Kid is meant to be entirely friendly, or entirely safe for children to just watch on their own. That's supposed to be the difference. They suddenly seem to have flipped the swearing thing so that, well, if you swear too much, no definition of what too much is. What we got? Let's do batteries. Or you swear within well, it's not entirely clear, but within sort of the first tiny segment of the the stream, so like 7 seconds or 15 seconds or something like that. Then it doesn't get. They're saying it gets demonetized, but it doesn't. It gets restricted ads on it, which is kind of the same thing. But yeah, obviously keep this clean. Very deliberately. But I don't have any problem with swearing. Right, let's make one of them. And say, do we want 10? Let's just do 5 for now. Oh, do I not? Oh, I've made a heavy armor. No, I haven't. Swapped it. That's what I haven't done. There we go. So, community. It's still gigantic. Why is it gigantic, Bobby? Make it smaller. Battery was the other thing, wasn't it? I almost always handcraft these until you get Spidertrons, because I don't see any point, making hundreds of legs and stuff. Just seems a bit pointless, really. Where are the personal batteries? There we go. Let's say a couple of them. Booty, booty, booty. I'll leave room for legs, assuming it's the same size, but probably won't really be able to run it. Right, what we got? Hopefully batteries will fit in there. So we'll probably need 3 more. Yeah, looks like the sizes of them haven't changed. 3 more panels. Put that in there. What does legs actually require? Blue are electric engines, okay. Don't think that's radically different from vanilla, but the question is whether I've got any spare. The answer is no. I don't imagine I can handcraft them unless I switch to sodium perchlorate, sodium chlorate, lithium perchlorate. Fancy. No, can't handcraft them because it needs lube, which is a liquid. Oops. What we got? I guess personal roboport next. This is going to take ages, isn't it? Let's put them in a box or something. I guess actually what I could do is get that to output sideways. Keep forgetting I've got these fancy things. Fancy. Yeah, just let it check through that. Be a while, but there we go. Okay. More blue circuits. Did I put them? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Bit of solar power. Okay. Haven't made roboports. How complicated are roboports? Not that. How complicated are roboports? So they need steel, and then they need 4 weird things. So they need a robot and we're missing shields. Yeah, let's just do shields, and we'll call it a day for science then, I think. We need a roboport, antenna, hatch, and charging. So that's the charging. No, we don't. Charging pad, which must be an intermediate, is it? So that's electric circuits and steel. Steel and iron. Steel, copper and blue. Okay. It's not that complicated, and we've got most of that up there. Let's go and see if we can sort that out then. Done quite well today, I think. Okay. So if I was to do a little cheeky one of them again. And I was to slightly adjust this. That gives me the blue circuits. Now I don't care at these for the why have I got 9 chemical? Oh, of course, because don't care at these being for these to be made any sort of rate. So we can just sort of pop things on wherever. But what does it actually look like? So if you're making the actual, can you make yes, you can. If you're making roboports, then you need steel and other things. Now there's steel there. Can we steal that steel? Can we put you there instead? Oh, there's a robot doing a thing. A robot doing a thing, look. A robot doing a thing. Let's give you some chests if you're going to start doing things. Because I'm bound to tell you to pick something up that you can't put anywhere. Right. So it could grab the steel from there, but it then needs 3 other things. Which in theory we could do something like this. Or some other similar arrangement. But what might we be looking at? Might need to use the electronics, aren't we? But oh no, all 3 are there. So you need steel. You also need copper cable. Your steel and iron gear wheels, which super conveniently we've got right here. And that needs, wait, not titanium. Oh, I guess they're in regular yeah, okay. Iron gear and steel plate, okay. You also need charging pads. Which is steel and circuits. Okay. So this could be charging pads. And then what are you? You need steel as well. That's not very convenient of you. In which case, yeah, we'll leave science for now. If you're getting an iron plate, so maybe that's there. It feeds into one of them. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to fit it into this little slot, am I? That's fine though. We can always just take a split off to achieve the same effect. Because we need copper as well, but I could just add copper to this belt. Okay, let's do that then. So, if we put that there. Oh. Put that there then. So that gets us all the ingredients we need. If we simply add on some copper, which we got perfectly here. Awesome. Awesome job. Up there. Those across there. Oh, too far. Too far, lad. Too far. Right. Okay. Let's try again. Let's put this lined up. So, if this is, well, that's one of the ingredients, but if that's perhaps the iron gear wheels, then this is whatever needs the iron gear wheels there, which was the hatch. And then the hatch feeds in there to the actual roboport, which is where? Which is there. And that needs steel as well. So these two need access to those. Well, all three of them need access to them. So it may be better if they're on that side. Like that. And then we end up with some arrangement here, maybe? Because we need the same things, but not the same things. Because that's steel and blue. Because I've always got to remember I can do corners. So I can put a corner one here. Grab from that there. And now this one is the third thing, which is the antenna, which has copper as well. No, that needs to be in the middle, not. Yeah, okay. Okay. You need steel. You need that. This is copper wire. That feeds there. Should put them upwards. Right, let's see if that even vaguely works. I think I managed to confuse myself there. So, very good chance that is not. Oh. Why you do that? There we go. So you're getting iron plate. You're making gears. You need way more than that, don't you? Okay. I mean, whatever, but it's not deliberately hamper it. You don't need iron to be going that way. How are we doing on these electric engines? 17, 18. Does that give me enough for our legs? Yes. Right, let's see if these are the same size as well. Yep. Okay. It's not made any, why not? Because it's not doing charging ports. Oh, because I set the output rather than the input. There we go. So you're working now. You're backed up. You're working and backed up. Because what I'm kind of thinking is doing like a teardown at some point. Just like tearing the entire base down. Okay. So blues are now at a trickle because... I mean, these are way backed up, aren't they? I must have got my rates completely wrong. Because, yeah, we're starting to get to the point, I think, where all, like, the base ingredients are. Because, like, hydrazine is a... Oh, you can make it out of solid fuel. Okay. Nitroglycerin. Now, there's a use for cordite. Lovely. Ah, so there's one there, tungsten. Can I do that? I can do that. And then, of course, I've got the whole gems thing. I think we can leave that. I assume they're sort of needed in these things, are they? Polished ruby, there you go. Oh, we've got uranium processing. That must be somewhere as well. Heat pipe. Have I not researched heat pipes? Okay. Plutonium fuel. Okay. Yeah, so there's uranium, which we could do as well. I'm just starting to wonder. I know there'll be a lot of alternate recipes and all this sort of stuff. Whether we could start to put some sort of semi-permanent smelting arrays in. Yeah. And so that I could build something vaguely resembling a bus. You know, so we could start doing processing here with, you know, plenty of room so that I can upgrade and replace and stuff. Because I don't know how beacons work in this or anything like that. But when I did my plan, the floor, well, not floor, but I put the processing in here with drop off, which is all fine. But then I put the bus start over there, so I've got to move everything all over to there. So it kind of make more sense if, you know, actual production happened here. So, you know, we could do some of the basics, like I don't know whether I want to do it that way, you know. But if you put, say, you know, iron gear wheels, copper gear, you know, all the gear wheels or whatever on the bus, we could have that production there. But that's exactly where I've put my base, you see. Because it makes sense, because we've got the chemicals here. You know, intermediate type things there. Circuits maybe. Initial circuit builds. And then this is just like the raw processing. So that wouldn't be a bad idea. It's just that some idiot has put a base in the way. Right. I think these are like done, aren't they? Yeah. I could try and make a Roboport as well. Yeah, I can make a Roboport. Okay. Personal Roboport, I mean. And we've got actual Roboports. So that's the tungsten. It's like that, you see. So there's the tungsten processing, but then there's the tungsten alloy, you see. So it's like, you know, there's like an intermediate phase in a lot of these. Or this nitinol, whatever the heck that's meant to be. Okay, nickel titanium plate. But you see, making nitinol requires you to have made titanium plate and nickel plate. So it's like there's an intermediate step on it. And I'm not expecting any of this to be huge volumes of stuff. What the heck was that? But, you know, some production that I can then use to build with. So there appears to be something on the floor. Is, you know, just what I'm talking about, really. Yeah, I was going to upgrade these. There you go. Cool. In fact, let's get rid of them altogether. Put them back to normal. So we won't be able to run it, but look, personal Roboport. Oh, look at all that funky armour. Let's get ourselves some bots then. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's sucked up all the sort of power we had. You can't really... You can do bots, but, you know... Well, let's see if I can get them to build, say, the extra bit of solar. I think I put the blueprints on. Excuse me. Oh, and there they go. Building things I didn't want them to build. But yeah, you kind of have to, if you're going to use Roboports, you've got to just, that's all you've got in with a modular frame. Even in vanilla. I don't know what the ratios are like here, but there you go, off they go. Cool. So if and when the factory quietens down, it looks like we can almost run it on solar power. In fact, we have been on occasion, because that indicates we've peaked. Cool. And what is that? 27 meg of solar. Okay. Yeah, I'll pop them out. Cool. Well, that's it for today, I think. Done quite well there, eh? In my opinion. In my humble opinion. Can I leave myself something to try and remind me next week? I mean, what do I want to do next week? I guess it's basically all the processing, isn't it? So we kind of want to get started on that. So like the quartz, titaniums, and what? Sodium. Oh, no, that's a thing. Oh, it's the only raw stuff I've got. So hopefully that'll help me remember. I don't think it will, but let's see. Let's see. Right, there we go. I will obviously be back with Bob's next week. So next Saturday will be a Bob stream. Not anticipating any sort of problems with that. Yeah, next Saturday, 6 o'clock will be my next Bob stream. Tomorrow we will do... I'm fairly determined to finish this brick factory. It's taken a little while longer than I was hoping. So I probably will stream until I'm done. I think I'll have the opposite problem with the I had with the blueprints one, where I was like struggling to find enough to do. I don't think I'll be able to do it in 3 hours, but we can get close in 3 hours, I think, and then I'll just keep going. I might have to take a break and sort of come back to it, but basically tomorrow we will finish this aesthetic brick factory. It probably won't be connected to rail and stuff. It'll just be the build itself, sort of ready to go. But then from next Sunday, I will be playing Dyson Sphere Program. So I'll pick up a Dyson Sphere Program stream. That's to give me a bit of variety. Obviously, every stream I've done since I come back has been, well, nearly. There's one Satisfactory with blueprints, but everyone has been Factorio, so I wouldn't say I was bored of it, but I could do with a bit more variety. And also, they sort of said that they've been hit by COVID quite badly, so I think the combat update is actually going to be a while. I was going to replay, play it again when the combat update came, but where that was, I was sort of expecting that around Chinese New Year. So, is that Easter time? I never really know with Chinese. I barely know, the Christian calendar New Year. But what was I saying? So yes, I was expecting it then, because they've done, usually done a fairly big update then. But I'm thinking, it's going to be summer or end of the year type of thing for the combat update. Obviously, if it hits while I'm playing, then if I need to restart, then I will restart. But it's just going to be a feeling I'll play through, get to the point where, we finish the game. I'm not going to do a mega base or anything. It's just to keep my hand in, and also to look up. They did some graphical improvements, so to look at them. But yeah, so that's next week. Tomorrow, as I say, I'll be back 3 o'clock with the brick factory, which we will finish, and I'll just keep going until it's done, even if I have to, take breaks and stuff. So there we go. So if you have been watching me today, thank you for doing so. I hope you've enjoyed it, and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio. Thanks for watching. Cheers.